Come on in, come on in. I got a quick message for you all. Got a quick message. This is a personal development and life coaching channel. Um, I just came from walking. My 30-minute walk. Excuse the glistening. Yep, I just came from walking. But listen, and I was going to do a video on this earlier, but I saw Tabitha Brown post something on her IG just recently, and I was going to make a video on this, and I still came to make the video. But she said something, and I've lived through stuff like this, right? And I still live through it today. I sense it, and I can tell, since I've been in my isolation, since God has been growing me up, right? He's been growing me up and developing me and teaching me to trust, my intuition, teaching me to, he's been developing my gift, my gift of discernment, high discernment in the spirit, right? And I'm not coming to talk as if, because we all got gifts, whether you good or evil, we all have gifts. It's just something that came equipped when God created us, right? We got some type of special gift. Some people are dreamers, some people are high discerners, some people got faith, and we all have some form of gift. We just have to learn to trust and develop it and believe it, right? But one thing I can't stand, one thing I really don't like, and I don't deal with people like this. I used to try to convince people of who I am and try to convince them of the type of person I am and try to go out of my way to try to show people that I'm not how, people have created me to be. I used to be notorious for trying to change people's perspective and view of me. But as I've grown and developed and healed my abandonment issues and rejection issues and done the work on myself, I no longer try to convince people of who I am, because I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I stand for. But one thing I can't stand, right? I don't care who it is, family, anyone that assume and judge people based on something someone else said, right? And they have not discerned me or discerned the person for themselves. See, what I don't do is I don't allow anyone to come tell me about something or someone about how they are and about how to watch out, because I got my own discernment. I got my own spirit of discernment. I have my own judgment. I know how to test the spirit for myself. I don't need anyone to try to convince me or tell me about someone else who totally did nothing, who absolutely did nothing to me, right? Because we all know we don't all treat people the same. Because a person, I know somebody right now who have treated me like, I did something to them, and they treat everybody else right. They treat everybody else good. So everyone don't treat people the same, especially when you have a light on you and when, you're chosen, when you just have this mysteriousness about you. People are not going to treat you the same anyways. That's part of it. That's part of the package. Okay, that's part of the deal. You have to get used to that. You have to expect that, right? So one thing I don't do, I don't allow people to come and let me see if my Bluetooth is off. Hold on. I test the spirit for myself. I don't allow people to come and tell me about, oh, I don't like them. Watch out for them. Because I've been done like that plenty of times, right? I've been done like that. And I don't judge based on what someone else said. I get to know people for myself. And if they move slimy or slick or, deceptive, I know how to move out of the way. But I test the spirit for myself. But I can't stand people who are weak and they don't know how to make decisions on their own to whether or not they're going to treat somebody with respect. I've had people to do me like that, oh, I don't like her. I don't like her because of XYZ reason. Basically, it's what somebody else said, okay, why they don't like me. Or basically, it's from their own insecurity. How people, whenever people say, I just don't like them, that means that they are a hater. When you say and you verbalize, because I don't like a lot of people, to be honest. I can feel their spirit. There are people who spirits just vex me. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Their spirit vex me. They got something going on, and I can feel it. But I don't verbalize that I don't like people. I don't verbalize it. I still will treat them with respect. Now, I'm not going to be fake and phony now. I'm not doing that. But I'll treat them with respect and I'll be cordial because that's just who I am. But if I'm going to verbalize that I don't like somebody, I got to have a reason to why I don't like them. Not just because I just don't like them. No, you are a hater. If you like somebody, if you dislike somebody so much and you don't have a reason, you can't put words to what they have done to you, you are a hater when you verbalize it. Because in our hearts we don't like certain people. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't. But I'm not going around trying to recruit other people and trying to make everyone else not like them. I'm not trying to team up with everyone else to get them to go against that person. Whenever you find people trying to team up against you for no reason, or they're trying to recruit other people not to like you, that's jealousy. That's jealousy and an insecurity. Those people, I'm gonna call it what it is. Those people are jealous and they're haters. They have no reason not to like you. You didn't do anything to them, but they're going to lie. Okay, people tell good lies, and I used to hate that. I'm not going to lie. I used to hate when people lied on me because I know I don't just go around. I'm a person of truth. One thing about the chosen ones, we stand on truth and we're hated for it. We are truth tellers, which means don't ask us anything you don't want the answer to. Now, we know how to move in discernment, knowing if something is our business or if we need to get involved in something or not. Now, we know how to move around and not be involved in certain things, but we're truth tellers. We're going to tell the truth, whether you like it or not. That's why it's hard for a lot of chosen ones. We have to, it has to, your friendships have to be anointed. Your friendships as a chosen one, you're like your true friends, they have to be sent by God. Because you telling them the truth, right? You telling them the truth may sometimes make them mad or upset them, right? But your friendships have to be really sent by God, because if you love your friends and if God tells you to say something to them that they're doing that is not in alignment with their destiny, you have to speak that to them. Even if they get upset. Even if they get upset. I have a good friend of mine, and I'm not going to get in details, but I knew we were destined to be friends when God put something on my heart to tell her, and she didn't get upset. I was more afraid because God was doing the work in me as far as teaching me to do what he say to do, and not what not what I'm afraid to do, right? He was teaching me to be obedient. And he was teaching me that when you're obedient, regardless, rejection is rejection is part of it. The person may not receive your truth, but your job is to be obedient to me. Your job is to be obedient to me. I knew we were going to be friends because she didn't get upset with me. It was Holy Spirit led. God had already been talking to her about something. God had already been talking to her, which confirmed what I told her. It confirmed what God was already talking to her about. But those are the type of friendships that you need to pray for, because you need to be able to speak the truth to your friends, or have friends that are on the same level as you, spiritual level as you, or people around you who are on the same spiritual level, because your truth is going to vex them. Your light is going to vex them. So when you're around people, whether it's family, siblings, whomever, when you have a different outlook, perspective, view, and you're just different, right? You're going to be misunderstood a lot. People are going to misunderstand you. And if you don't know who you are, you will try to make them understand you. I lived a long time in that little space trying to get people to understand. Trying to get people to see that I'm this, I'm not that bad of a person. And I stopped that foolishness. See, God had to deliver me. He had to grow me up because I didn't know who I was. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just saying what it is. I didn't know who I was because I was too busy trying to run behind people and get them to see that I'm not as crazy as they want me to, that they're projecting me to be. They're just misunderstanding me because they can't put me in a box. When people can't put you in a box, they'll label you crazy. When they can't limit you, they will label you, oh, she crazy. When you don't do everything that the culture does, when you don't do everything that the family does, when you don't do everything that religion does, they're going to label you crazy because they don't understand what it is. They don't understand where you're coming from. They don't understand what it is that you're doing. They don't understand, they don't understand you. And some people are so dysfunctional and toxic, they will not like you based on their own dysfunctional family issues. They will not like you based on their own, say you got in-laws, or say you used to date someone, right? Or they won't like you because the person who you were connected to is dysfunctional. And dysfunctional people, they support that dysfunction. They support their dysfunctional loved ones, right? They support this foolishness. I know somebody, and I'm not gonna say a name. I knew somebody, right, years ago. And let me tell you the truth. And I'm gonna say it like this. I knew somebody years ago who the family knew, it was a male. The family knew that this person was playing around with all these different women and married and girlfriends, and the whole family knew. Okay? The whole family knew and supported the dysfunction. And they made it seem as if the person, this true story, they made it seem as if the people, the different girlfriends and baby mamas and all that, that family made each one of them women feel like they were the only person that person brought around, the only woman that person brought around. This the type of dysfunction that people live in, and folks don't have no idea what they're getting into. They love to support dysfunction, and they don't see anything wrong with it. And these type of people, you have to recognize this stuff, and you have to stay far away from them. And they will the family will get mad at you too. The family will get mad if you speak against that dysfunctional person. The family will get mad at you and they'll attack you. I've seen it. They will not like you to this day. They will not like the person, okay, who dared to call things out, who dared to speak against that dysfunctional demon. God, that's what it was. They would not like you. And they would continue to say you the one crazy when it's them, because they supporting this dysfunction. They support that dysfunction. This person had kids left and right. Kids right there in age, right there together, from different women coming up together. And the family just supporting this. They don't see nothing wrong with it. They didn't see nothing wrong with it. And acted as if it was normal. This the type of dysfunction I'm talking about, that we sit around and people see it and won't call it out. Won't say anything. Then if you say something, oh, they're going to ostracize you. If you dare to point it out, they'll ostracize you and attack your character, and say, who you think you are? You got to pass, you know, instead of focusing on the issue and what's going on, they'll start attacking you, try to make, bring you down, because you're attacking, you're speaking the truth, not attacking, you speaking the truth. I've seen it. I've seen it. And this type of stuff I be talking about. Like, we have to grow past this dysfunction and walk and start operating in the truth. But don't be recruiting people to hate someone who didn't do anything to you. Exactly. Keeping that cycle going, Tim. And look, that person still doing the same thing. Still got kids out there from different baby mamas. They never stopped. To this day, that person was still making baby. Got all them kids. All them broken kids. Them kids who gonna be feeling abandoned because their dad can't be there to give them the quality time that they want. To this day, that person was still out there making kids in their old age, creating all them dysfunctional children, and just continuing the cycle. Now them kids gonna feel abandoned and rejected because their dad is not there. Or you know how you feel when your dad got kids here and there and they don't spend that time with you. Now you feeling abandoned and rejected. There's just dysfunction, and people they just continue it, and no one says anything. Then the girls grow up and do the same thing. They find somebody who's not available, just like their dad wasn't available for them. The sons grow up and continue the same pattern unless God deliver them from the generational curse. Now you still got these perpetuating, got all these little broken kids, broken families, broken homes, baby here, baby there. All these just curses. And then they're out in the world dating people who are, it's just a cycle. And it's crazy. But like Tabitha Brown said, don't be out here trying to recruit other people to hate someone else because of a lie they don't told, you don't told, the person don't told. You recruit everybody else to be against them. That is wrong. It's weak. It's demonic. And if you did anything like that, you need to repent. You need to repent and go ask those people for forgiveness. I wish I would have known better, Tim. I sure wish I would have known. Because if a person is not teaching you, you're going to repeat the cycle. And sometimes we laugh at this dysfunction too. Like growing up, people used to say stuff and it really wasn't funny. Like if you look at it, it's really not funny. It is really not funny, like the things that people laugh at. Oh, he got all them kids. That boy got some children. He got a lot of kids, as if you got a lot of children, but you're not taking care of them. These kids growing up dysfunctional, without their dad, without, their dad's presence and guidance, and being brought up and raised by their dad. Being brought up and raised and trained. Just babies everywhere. And these kids growing up with these voids and mental health issues and all kind of stuff because they don't have the guidance. And unfortunately, it is a curse because they didn't have the guidance. Their parents did the same thing. Unfortunately. And we grow up with voids, abandonment issues, getting into abusive relationships, not knowing who we are, trying to fix. It's like somebody has to break the cycle. Somebody has to break the cycle. Exactly. I'm an advocate of having a male figure in the home, especially one who's whole within himself. I think that's very important. I'm not one who advocate against that. Sometimes, even if they are a little dysfunctional, it still makes a difference. Yeah, sometimes if they are, just their presence there makes a difference. That's why it's important for men to heal too. It's important for men to heal so they can be stable in the home. A lot of men don't want to do the work, and they're only disrupting and hurting their families because they don't want to do the work on themselves. They got stuff they got to work out too, and it is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. I know it's not easy because all the work I had to do, I could just imagine the work and the pressure that's on the man because of all the responsibility that he already have to carry on top of the abuse. We don't do politics over here, so I just got to block you. I ain't thinking about no politics. Jesus for 2024. Repent for 2024. That's what we need to do. I ain't thinking about no president. That's okay. But yeah, yeah, I don't know how people want to pull folks into politics. It's more than politics. Your politics should be your soul. You should be politicking to get your soul right. That's what we should be doing. Politicking to heal. We always want to put our trust in men and politics and red and blue. And we got a lot of broken folks out here who are unhealed, looking for a savior in their political party. You need to be a savior. Save yourself. That's what we need to do. We need to save ourselves and stop looking for political parties to save us. We need to do the work on ourselves. That's what we need to do. I ain't even thinking about no election. And you always get the little, I had to block somebody. You always get the little stragglers trying to come in and get you off what you're trying to say. But I just had to say that. I don't get into all that. I really don't, because I know life is bigger than that. And I know with this agenda that's going on in the world, if you don't have spiritual eyes, you just think this stuff is natural. A lot of this stuff that's going on is not natural. This is something spiritual going on. Spiritual It's more than what we see. It's bigger than what we see. It's bigger than skin color. It's bigger than skin color. And unfortunately, a lot of people get so caught up in that. I don't be thinking about that. That's why I say I'll surprise people. I make people mad. So I don't even get into all that. Exactly. I don't even get into all that. Because people be thinking, you think culturally, and God don't do the work in you, and you see things on a different level. You don't see culturally. And people will call you all type of names because you don't think like them. You don't see and believe like them. Everybody have a right to believe and see what they want to see. That's why I learned to be quiet. Quiet and not giving your opinion about things is a good is wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom. When you learn, because how much I talk, God had to teach me when to be quiet. He had to teach me how to be quiet. Sometimes my opinion is not needed about everything. Exactly. There's a lot going on, Tim. And we just sit here and people get so caught up in all the outward stuff. I don't think outward anymore. I don't think on a natural level. Everything I see, I know is spiritual because we're in the spiritual world. We are in the spiritual world. And this thing is bigger than what we see on the surface. So that being said, that I said that, and that's done. But anyways, don't get caught up out here. Don't get caught up. And see, that's another thing. The enemy will have us so caught up in the natural that we're not doing the work on our spiritual. That's why so many people are suffering from anxiety and depression and all this other stuff, because they got too much going on. They let people dump off on them their political views and what they think and the news and this, that, and the other. No, I protect my spirit. I protect my spirit. I don't get involved in conversations that are not serving me. Right? I don't get in nothing that's not going to benefit me. I don't argue. I don't get into anything that is not benefiting me on a spiritual level. And I know people will get mad at you because you don't have an opinion about things, because you don't care about certain things, because certain things don't really, what can you do? Some people will get upset because you don't agree with them, or you don't care. And to be honest, you don't care. And some people get upset about that. It is. Silence, Tim, I learned there. Listen, silence is a powerful weapon. I don't have to say anything about everything. I don't have to say anything. And I've learned silence is an answer. Silence is an answer. It is. Now, when it comes to injustice, especially if it's around me, I'm going to speak up. That's just who I am. I'm going to speak up. If it's an injustice, I don't have any control over it. And God didn't, I can't do anything about it. There's nothing I can do about it. But if I see it and it's in my vicinity and it's close to me and I'm watching somebody do something, I'll speak up. Exactly. But that's what I want to come talk about. Just, you have to do, you know what? I know I talked about a lot in this video, but the main thing is always doing the work on yourself. That is the main thing. Always doing the work. Exactly. Always doing the work on yourself. And I believe before we can expose injustice and what's going on in the world, we have to make sure the beam is out of our eye. We need to make sure we take the beam, like they say, we got to get ourselves right before we try to handle what's on the outside. And I truly believe in that, so we can be healthy and make good decisions. So we can make good decisions. So we can be standing on right ground. Like, when you know you living and doing right, you got a right to say something. You gotta, you can stand firm, because you know you don't took the beam out of your eye. I'm always looking to get myself together. If I know, and see, I don't know how people could be hypocritical. I'm gonna be honest, I can't even do it. If I know I'm doing the same thing somebody else doing, or got something going on, I'm not gonna speak on it. Because that's hypocritical. I'm like, man, I got something going, I got the same thing going on. I can't speak against nobody else and what they have going on. I've always been that way. Even I told y'all a story about this girl, when I was working years ago at this facility. And, my mom was alive then. My mom, if you listen, I've always talked about my mom and different things, dealing with her or whatever. But like I was saying, this girl was trying to talk about somebody else's mom, and like, oh, this girl mom, this and that. I say, listen, I told her just like this. I say, listen, I don't have the space. I don't have the room to talk about somebody else's mom, because my mom has got something going on. She dealing with her own stuff too. I told her just like that, and it was so silent. The person didn't know what to say, because I don't know what she wanted me to say. I can't say nothing about that person and what they got going on, because I got my own stuff. Like, no. And this is why I'm quiet. Hey, Keisha, I hope I see you Friday. Are you joining Friday? I would love to see you all there. I hope the members get on. He surely will, Tim. All right, yes. I look forward to, I hope some people get on Friday. I can't wait to see you all. Yeah, I'm just not that person. Like, if I got my own stuff going on, I can't speak. I feel like, I don't know, I guess it's hypocritical. I feel hypocritical speaking on something that I know I got the same thing going on. How I'm going to say something about that? Like, I got that going on. And that's why I don't say nothing. That's why I don't be talking about folks. That's why I don't put my 2 cents in. That's why I worry about my own business. If it's not to encourage and edify and correct, I don't have anything else, or speak the truth, I don't too much have anything to say. That's why I say you got to have, that's why I say, in order for people to be your friend, like for you to call people friends, your friend, right? In order for you to call a person your friend, they have to understand you at your core. They have to understand Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Okay. Yes, it's whenever someone calls, like my son was calling me. It's whenever I'm doing a live and someone calls during the live, it'll go out. Yep, I noticed that. It'll go out. So, what was I talking about, you all? Yeah, I'm sitting in my car. Hey, baby.
Later, mommy. Love you.
Let me kiss you. Mwah. Mwah. Love you.
Love you.
That's my baby. Yep, that's my baby. I don't know what I was talking about, you all. I don't know what I was talking about. Exactly. I'm like, yeah, I can't be. Yeah, I never been that. I never been that person. Even as a young kid, it's like I never really been that person. I guess it's always been in me. Like, listen, I can't be talking. I remember, and I talked about this too. I ain't gonna get into detail, but that's when I was out there living worldly, doing things I got no business. I'm gonna be honest. And I was talking to one of my friends, and God said, leave that alone. So I'm gonna leave it alone. He said, leave that alone. But just remember, when I was out there living worldly, I was always honest. I'm gonna just say that. I was always honest. And I didn't sugarcoat anything. Because it was easier for me to tell the truth. Let's just say that. It was easier for me to tell the truth than to make up a lie. How about that? So you all, it was nice. It's getting dark in here, so I don't know if y'all can see me. It was nice talking to you all, but just don't be out there recruiting folks now to be against folks, and to be exactly till like I'm listening to God. I know the Holy Spirit check me. He'll check me and tell me, leave it alone. And it ain't nothing gruesome or bad, but when God tell you to chill, you gotta chill. Hopefully y'all can see me. My baby. My son, my baby 13, he's growing up. He want to come on camera so bad. I said, son, I can't bring you on camera. I'm just not that type to be having my kids. And, I'm online. I'm a content creator, but some things you have to just keep private, I know I've been told that, Tim. That's just my personality. That's my personality. Yep, that's my personality, yeah. Even my kids, they be like, Mom, we don't know what to do with you, my daughters. But yeah, I have to teach my kids, because, just because I'm a content creator and, I tell people you don't have to feel obligated to share everything. You got to share things as God leads you. And you don't want to put your kids and everybody online. I know people just don't have no shame about anything. Sometimes some stuff I be seeing online be like, why everybody don't need to know that. But some people just want to show everything. I'm not that type of person. I don't believe in plastering my kids and, talking about my personal life, where I work, what I do, where I live. I give some details, but I just don't believe in getting into letting people get too personal in my life like that. I may do that with some of my coaching clients, and I'm still discerning with that because, sometimes the devil send folks as monitoring spirits and spies. So I'm definitely led by the Spirit in all things. Yes, we should, Tim. Yes, and I had to learn that. I had to learn that too. Like, everything's not for everyone. And I understand why, because when you expose and open yourself up to too many people and too many things, you bring on unnecessary warfare. Be honest, you bring on unnecessary warfare. Yes, you really do. because people, you got a lot of witches and monitoring spirits that sit on these apps. That's why these witches and stuff, that's why they know what they're doing to people is working. Because people get online, oh, my stomach was hurt, oh, I had a headache, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Like, you're giving people knowledge of if whatever they're doing to you is working. Like, no, you don't get on and be talking about this, that, and the other. Know how to, got to operate in wisdom. You got to move in wisdom. And I learned that. Don't be talking about what your children doing, what they got going on, because people will be jealous. People jealous, be jealous of you. Be jealous of your family. Be jealous of your children. And they're not just online, in your own family. Oh, we ain't going to talk about that. But I'm going to come do a live about that. How to, because I talk a lot of spiritual things, personal development. I talk a lot about personal development, a lot of things that are spiritual that people really don't see. And a lot of times we're dealing with things that are foundationally, right? Foundationally, an issue, which means it's generational, right? It's probably not something your mom did or your dad did. It's probably generational. Your great grandmother, they probably did. Your ancestors probably did it. So a lot of this dysfunction that you see in your families, it's foundational, and you got to be the one to break it, and you got to recognize it. One thing that the enemy is good at is keeping people silent. The longer you stay silent about things, the longer that thing is going to continue in the family. The longer you stay silent, because the enemy that's why people who are abused, and the world don't understand this, but I understand it because I've been there, right? I've been abused, right? What people don't understand who have not experienced abuse, they don't understand why would a person be quiet so long? Why would a person not say anything? Why would a person not tell their mom? Why would a person not tell their dad after 30, 40, 50 years, 20 years? And the reason that a person don't speak up is because of fear, right? Fear is number one. And number two is generational. Generationally, the family has been silent, right? About whatever abuse that is going on, incest, whatever, right? Generationally, the family has been silent. And generationally, your mama told you, don't say nothing about it. And generationally, her mama told her not to say anything about it. And generationally, her mom's mom told her not to say anything. So you're silent because you're afraid, and because you've overheard your mom say, don't say nothing. You've overheard your mom's mom say, don't say anything. The saddest thing I saw on TV was that an entire generation of women have been SA'd in their youth, right? By their mom's boyfriend or husband. It was the granddaughter, the daughter, and the mom. And the mom said the grandma. It was four of them, like a generation. And I could just only imagine the abuse that men go through, and they don't talk about it. Just imagine the abuse that men, because women will say something after a while, but the men that be silent about what they have experienced, that they can't tell anybody because of society's, like, the pressure, or not feeling manly because your manhood was taken away from you, and afraid to say something. That's how you break free. That's why the enemy don't want you speaking, because you're going to break free. And that's why you see all these men online, right? These men, I'm not speaking against men, but I'm talking to the spirit. There's a spirit behind this. That's why you see a lot of men online who are talking about craziness, right? They're talking about craziness because the enemy is after the man, right? The enemy is after the man. Spiritually, the enemy is after them. The enemy want them to be dysfunctional, broken, angry. Because a lot of them have been SA'd too. A lot of them have been SA'd, and they are afraid to say anything. Because without the lead, without the head in the home, right? Without the man, the family is left vulnerable. If the man is not talking to God, if he don't have a relationship, if he has not healed, the woman is not covered. She don't have security. She don't have, any guidance. And I know people may not agree, but that's why women are acting the way they're acting too. And, you got men and women out there pointing the finger at each other, and the man just don't know he out of order. He's supposed to be going to God, getting direction, and the women's supposed to be supporting him as he get his direction from God. She's supposed to be supporting her husband to help run the family, help, guide that family. And everybody's just out here, family gone wild. Remember Girls Gone Wild? That crazy show that they took off the TV? Them college girls out there going wild. You got the women going wild out here, They're running amok. Because the men out here running amok. Y'all out here running amok. So the women just running amok too. Everybody out here running amok. Everybody out here running wild. The men out here, they lost. So the women out here lost too. So that's just my understanding. That's my spiritual understanding. That's all. That's my 2 cents on that. And that's why people lost and giving their opinions. Everybody giving their opinions, but ain't nobody giving facts. Ain't nobody giving biblical solid facts on how things should be. People got their own opinion, being driven by their lust, being driven by their own desires, a lot of these jokers being driven by watching PORN. They're being driven by perversion. Like, sit down and go ask God for guidance. Look, go ask God for guidance to teach you how to. If you don't have a dad, ask God to show you. Ask God to show you. Because I sure be asking him, Lord, show me how to be a mom. Show me how to talk to my kids. Show me how to guide them during this time. Because how I was brought up, right? We can't raise our children how, I can't raise and talk to my kids and guide them and discipline them how I was brought up. These times are different. So I ask God for guidance. I ask him for guidance. Right, Tim? I know Flojo growing. I ask him for guidance. Like, show me. Show me, Lord. When I don't know, I ask him. And that's what men are not doing. They're not going to God. Half of them don't believe in God. It does. It has a lot to do. Tim, I can talk all day about that spiritually. I could talk all day about that. It's like, exactly. Yes, I could talk all day about that. But see, we don't, people don't believe that. People want to believe that there's not a God, or people want to say religion this and religion that. Okay, skip the religion. Don't open your Bible. Don't go to church. Don't do any of that, right? And I'm not supporting that, but I'm telling you, don't do it and still go and ask God to show you who he is. Get rid of the Bible. Get rid of going to church, because people think that's the only way, that you can, that God will show you himself. Don't do any of that and go and ask God to guide you. Ask God to show you we always want to deny stuff instead of inquiring. Like they say, inquiring minds want to know. Ask God to show you himself. He'll show you. Let him guide you, but we don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to get to know who God is because they know they can't do what they want to do. He's a good father. He will discipline you. He will tell you to apologize. He will tell you to forgive. He will tell you that things are wrong. He will tell you not to defile your body. He will tell you to stop sleeping around. He will tell you to stop doing things. Your spirit will be convicted, and people want to feed their flesh. He will tell you to stop eating junk all the time. He's a good dad. He'll tell you all kind of things. Tell you to be wise with your money. Tell you don't need nothing else from out of that store. He'll tell you. Your spirit just will be all kind of disciplined. You'll be like, oh, going over here, be like, no, you don't need that today. Tell you how to dress. All that good stuff. And everybody's different. That's why it's called a personal relationship. And that's why people get so, this is another thing. People get so, what is it called? Stuck in legalism because people want you to conform to a certain way instead of allowing God to guide you, transform you, because he'll do it. He'll transform you. He'll tell you what to wear, what not to wear. When you have a good relationship with him, he'll change how you dress. He'll change how you dress. Yes, he will. Ask me how I know. I remember one time I put on this shirt. It was like a this just was for me. Some people still won't wear what the type of shirt that I had on. Some people just, some women wear cover up skirts, all that. Hey, that's y'all. I don't speak against that. I don't have anything against that. But I remember I was wearing this, it was this, what they call a cami, but it was real low cut. And I didn't notice. It was real low cut. And yep, it was real low cut. So I was getting ready to go out the house. Soon as I was getting ready to turn the knob, something say, go put a shirt over that. Get a jacket or a blazer and cover up. I think, no, something said, change that shirt. So I went back in the house and I changed my shirt. Because it was low cut. And I usually don't wear shirts like that. But you know how you're rushing and, you're just not paying attention. And, because I don't like to be pulling and tugging at my clothes anyways. And, yeah, I felt in my spirit like, go change that shirt. And I went and turned around and changed it too. Yep. So, but that's what I wanted to come talk to you all about. I started out talking about one thing and ended up on so many different topics. But that's usually how it goes for me. So, I hope you all enjoyed this message. And I will definitely talk to you all soon. So I hope you all who are part of the membership who support the channel, I hope, exactly, Tim. Exactly. I don't like all that. I don't want that unnecessary attention. I know when I was younger and know better, I used to wear them little hot girl shorts. And, because no one really told me it was wrong. But as I got older, I realized that that type of dressing that type of way attracted different types of people that, really wasn't good for me, really didn't mean me well. So when I change, and people don't believe how you dress is how you would be addressed. And I know women beg to differ, and they say we should, be able to dress how we want, and rightfully so. You got a choice to dress how you want to, right? But in society, people are visual. right? And unfortunately, in society, if you dress a certain way, people are going to treat you exactly how you dress. You dress how you want to be addressed. So if you dressing like you just slid down a pole, people are not going to respect you. They're going to approach you in a different way. But if you dress as if you, it's just society. You can dress how you want to dress. It's just the truth. I've tested it, okay? I've tested that thing. I've tested it. But unfortunately, in society, when you dress a certain way, people automatically perceive. They're not looking at your spirit, because you got beautiful people that dress in certain ways. They're good people, but unfortunately, the way they dress don't match their personality. So how they're dressed overpowers who they are. And people tend to judge you by the cover. They judge a book by its cover. And I know the world said never judge a book by its cover, but no, the world judges you by your cover. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. We can't change that. We're visual people. We're visual people. And I know people, the world's trying to normalize different things. I don't think that'll ever be normalized. Because people are going to think of you in a certain way. Even if they don't verbalize it, they're going to see you in a certain way. That's just how it is. I didn't make the rules. I did not make the rules. But I could tell you for a fact that is true. Because I know when I dressed it a certain way when I was younger and I didn't have any guidance, there was a different type of crowd that I attracted to me. And it wasn't something that I wanted, and that it wasn't intentional. I wasn't even thinking, like my mind wasn't even on the level of, oh, I'm just trying to attract and entice people. No, it wasn't like, it was just cultural. It was just everyone else dressed like that. Like people who I saw, like that's how they dressed. So it wasn't until I started working on personal development, even at a young age, I started working on personal development, and I started watching other people, that I started changing, how I dressed. And when I changed how I dressed, I was approached by a different type of people, people, like men, like it's not that I was looking and I'm trying to entice, but a different type of person, was attracted to me at that time. Like I drew a different crowd. So how you dress is how people see you, unfortunately. Right? Exactly, Tim. I really was. So, but that's why I try to teach and tell, women. But I know it's cultural to dress, certain ways, and you still can dress nice and classy. You still can dress nice and classy. I'm just looking to see, who's behind me. I'm always paying attention to my surroundings. And, you still can dress nice, and classy and, respectable. Yes, Tim. Yes, you still can look nice. Yep. You don't have to dress like no old hag or anything, but you still can be nice. And so, well, it's nice talking to you all. I have to get in here and finish my night out. I had a good exercise. I had a good walk today. Yep, I had a good old walk today. So let me get in and wind down. I came here to rest, wind down, and get ready to get my shower and just, get ready for tomorrow, if the Lord's will. So you all be blessed. I hope to see you all Friday. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The ones who support the membership, I hope to see you all Friday, August the 2nd. We're going to meet online Zoom, right? We're going to meet online on Zoom. And you get to ask me any questions to help you along your healing journey. Even if you're not a paid member, you can still sign up. Even if you just want to do it for the month, you can still sign up so you can get access to the Zoom. And you can ask me any question that you would like to help you along your healing journey. You get the opportunity to ask one question and I will answer that thing thoroughly. Okay. I will give you a thorough answer on Friday. And that is my way of saying thank you for supporting the channel, because you all don't have to, support the channel. You don't have to be a paid member. And I really appreciate it. I can't say it. I can't thank you all enough, because you don't have to pay every month to be a member. You don't have to do that. That's something you have decided to do, and I really appreciate it. So this is my way to say thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all on Friday, August the 2nd. So the information is already posted. I will give you a reminder. What we have, 3 more days? So today is Tuesday, tomorrow Wednesday, Thursday. Yes. Tim, I think it's, if you go in the description after this video, you should be able to find how to join the membership. Yep. Or you can go to the home tab, and there should be a spot there. But you still have an opportunity, because once you become a member, you will see the information, because only the paid members can see the information that I posted. It's like a private messaging for the paid members, but we will meet on Zoom. Yep, we'll meet on Zoom, and you can ask me any question. We will be on there for an hour, so come on in and get your question answered, or you can ask your question, and I'm always honest. An honest person. If I don't have that answer, listen, I'm going to say I don't know that one. But like, I don't know that answer there, but most likely God will lead me to give you, the answer that you need, give you the wisdom to help you. So, hey, Kings and Queens Coaching, you have to catch the replay, because I have to get out of here and get ready to go and get ready for, my day for tomorrow. So you all be blessed, and I will talk to you all later.